Mars, thank you for €2. Walksnail, Dominator, or DJI? DJI is cheaper, but future unclear. Mars, at least today, if I had to buy with my own money, I would buy DJI. And the reason is that DJI V2, the goggles and the air unit and the video transmitter, the air unit Vista, whatever you have, they're such a solid system. Especially if you have WTFOS, if you have the firmware that lets you root and install WTFOS, what you have there right now is so good. It's so good in terms of performance, and it's so good in terms of the hardware being ridiculously durable. The risk is that at some point in the future, DJI will stop making the stuff. Well, you buy the goggles today. Now you're good to go for the goggles. Okay? And you need a supply of video transmitters. And that's the question. Where will they come from? If DJI were to stop making video transmitters today, how long would it be before existing stock of video transmitters sold out? A few months, probably. Especially because people would just buy the shit out of them to try and stockpile them. I feel like a few months. And then what? Well, I suspect that the used market would be pretty available, but the price would go up. So that's tough. So the real question is, how much longer do you think DJI is going to make the video transmitters and the goggles? No one has a crystal ball to answer that question for sure. I think that with the release of the new system, eventually they'll stop. Because DJI makes parts for old stuff, that's true, but DJI doesn't typically keep old generations in production once a new generation is out. Somebody said, what are you talking about? You can still get replacement mainboards for the Lightbridge transmitter. Yeah, you could get a replacement mainboard. Whatever this, can you still buy a Phantom 2? No. Can you still buy a Mavic 1? I don't know. Not from DJI, maybe a secondary market. So I think that DJI today is still a safe choice because I think that there's enough life in the video transmitters that if you bought it today, by the time you couldn't get those video transmitters anymore, you would feel like you got your money's worth. But that's just a gut check. There's no question that Walksnail, Dominator, or Fat Shark is more future-proof. They are a new product, and they want to be in business for a while. It might be 3 or 4 years before like a major product revision comes out, just based on how long things usually take. As far as a compatibility break, who knows? So Walksnail is more future-proof. A lot of people feel like Walksnail is more community-focused than DJI. I think I agree with that. Their communication with the community, their responsiveness to feature requests, although there are still killer features that haven't been released, like audience mode. In general, they delivered a product that had many features that people asked for, like the full Betaflight OSD. They have iNav and KISS support for the full OSD. They've done a lot of things. They've clearly showed where their focus is. So if future proofing and community focus are your priorities, then get the Walksnail. But the hardware is not as durable as DJI hardware. That's a high bar. DJI hardware is very durable. Not quite indestructible, but pretty close. But Walksnail doesn't meet that exceptional level. They're making improvements in response to community feedback. Hopefully they'll continue to get better. And the performance of the system in terms of range, penetration, frame rate stutters, and image quality. It's good. It's gotten better, but it doesn't meet DJI's level. So you're trading the future proofing for those things.